All right, guys, I've been getting so many agents asking me about EXP Realty that I thought, hey, why not just make a great video for everybody, get the information out there, and at least they got some great information to make a decision on, right? So here it is. Here's the gist of EXP that all of you who are interested are really looking forward to getting. So we're just going to go right off on this, right? Let's talk about the money first, because that's what every agent is interested in. It's an 80-20 split. And there's a $16,000 cap. It's pretty simple, right? The 80-20 is not negotiable like it is at a lot of other places, nor is the $16,000 cap. It doesn't matter if you're doing $50 million a year, $5 million a year. When you come in, you're on an 80-20 with $16,000 cap, right? So once that 20% that goes to EXP totals $16,000, so that's 80 grand in gross commissions, you get 64, they get 16, you're at 100% commission for the rest of the year because you've reached your cap. When your anniversary date comes, yeah, you're going to go back and you're going to pay that cap again, and then boom, you're going to be on 100% again for the rest of the year. It's really simple, really easy, and it's understandable, and everybody's on the same page, right? It's pretty nice. Now, if you're on a team, you can get an $8,000 cap, which means as a team leader, you can offer an $8,000 cap. It's really awesome. So it's a great way to attract people to your team because they're not spending as much on that cap as you would be spending as a single agent. Now, that cap is already considerably lower, maybe lower than anybody I know in the area when you're looking at how much you're paying into that brokerage, right? The one exception is 100% brokerage. But here's the thing. 100% brokerages like to pitch that they're 100% brokerages, but when you dig into the fees that they charge on every single transaction, it's not 100%. Not only is it not 100%, but what they offer you when it comes to technology, websites, lead generation. Oh, by the way, if you're getting the leads, they're going to take maybe half, 60% of your money. It really adds up quick. So to say you're going to 100% brokerage without considering all that really is a big miscalculation, right? So make sure you're adding all that up when you're figuring out exactly what it is you're taking home for your business. And don't forget, this is not just a friendship. Yeah, we're going to make some great friendships, some great relationships along the way, but this is your business. It's a big deal. It should be ran like a business, right? So the next thing I want to talk about is icon status. It's a really cool thing with EXP because what it does is it says, if you're the top producer, right? If you're in the top, I don't know, maybe 5% of producers and you're the ones bringing in the money, building the company, we're going to make sure that you get everything you've paid into EXP back, okay? And we're not just going to pay it back to you in cash. We're going to pay it back in stock so that you become an owner of the company. Nowhere else offers that, all right? So when you come to EXP, and you hit your cap, which in my market, the average sales price is about $250,000, $260,000, right? So when you look at the average commission on the average sale, it takes about 10 sales to hit that cap. If you're in a higher priced market, it might only take you 5 or 6. If you're in a lower priced market, maybe it takes you 12, right? But it's right around those 10 sales and boom, you're capped at 100% for the rest of the year. For some of you guys, that's 2-3 months. That's not bad at all, right? Now, once you've done that, you've paid in your $16,000. If you're on a team, you've paid in your 8. But here's the deal. Once you've paid in that $16,000, you do 20 more deals. And no, it doesn't matter if it's a $30,000 lot or if it's a $2 million mansion. Either way, it's 20 deals and boom, you've hit icon status. What does icon status do? Icon status gives you back $16,000. Yes, the full amount you paid in for your cap. They give it all back to you in stock, okay? So you've essentially worked there for free. It's pretty amazing. So when you're talking about 100% brokerages and all the fees that they're racking up quietly, with EXP, you just don't get that. You get all your money back. Now, if you're doing roughly 29 or less, yeah, you're still paying into the company, but you're paying in at one of the lowest caps, maybe the lowest I've ever seen. So it's really a great deal, right? Now let's talk about stock. I don't think there are any other brokerages that give stock right now. Stock that's traded on the NASDAQ. That's crazy. So they're going to make you an owner in the company. So when you go work for another broker, whether it's a local broker and they've got 5 agents or it's a big brokerage, and even locally, they might have 100, 200, 300 agents. They're lining their pockets with the money that you're bringing through the door. Here, yeah, it's an 80-20 split, but I like to say it's more like an 80-10-10. It's 80 going to you, the agent. It's 10 going to EXP. And the other 10 funds the stocks of everyone else above you. Okay. So when you come to EXP, there are 7 tiers of revenue share. So if I bring you in and you're a capping agent, I make 3.5% of that 80 grand, right? The 80 grand that comes in initially, it's split 80-20. So 64,000 goes to you, 16,000 goes to EXP. Off that 80, I get 3.5% or $2,800. If you bring in somebody, not only do I make $2,800 in revenue share off of you, but I also make $3,200 a year or 4% off of them. It's pretty amazing. And you're thinking, well, Joe, I don't want to give you $2,800 and I don't want people to come in and they have to give you $3,200. That's not really all that great. But here's the thing. Like I said, it's more like an 80-10-10 than an 80-20 in my opinion, right? And the reason is because that 10% is what goes to feed everybody above you in revenue share. So you're not giving up any of your 80%. That's coming out of EXP's Split. It's pretty amazing. So going back to the stocks, you're going to get $200 in stock when you close your first deal every single year. That's awesome. You're going to get another $400 in stock when you cap every year. So if you're doing 10 deals roughly a year, you're going to get $600 in stock just for showing up. It's pretty nice. By the way, when you get agents underneath you and they close their first deal of the year, boom, there's another $400. So you're going to have this stock rolling up really quick. And you're going to see in your account that all of a sudden you've got thousands. I've been here for just a few months. I've already got a 5-figure account just in stocks. It's pretty amazing, right? Oh, by the way, there are other ways to get stock. We talked about icon status, in which you get $16,000 in stock, but you also have the ability to take 5% of your commissions and you give them to stock. And you're not just giving them to purchasing stock for yourself, you're getting it at a 10% discount. So it's like 10% in free money. So listen to this. EXP has been exploding, right? Just a year ago, it was as low as $5, $6 a share. And now it's hovering between $40 and $60 a share. It's exploding. But at a 10% discount, the company could drop 5% and you're still making money. It's crazy what they're giving you, right? So that's ownership. Now, getting back to the rev share, we talked about the 3.5 on the first line. We talked about the 4. Right now, your broker is pulling in whatever, right? If they're a 100% company, they're taking in fees. If it's a split, they're taking in their split. That is funding their retirement. I hear MLM all the time, and when I hear that, I think, yeah, but that's funding you. That's putting you in the broker seat to where you're taking 3.5% off the sales. You're taking 4 off the sales, and you're taking it from EXP. EXP doesn't want to pay for brick and mortar. EXP doesn't want to pay for a bunch of brokers all over the place when we can have a simple location online to put them. They're going to make it not only easier, but they're putting you in the position to be able to make some money off of that, right? So now you are the owner of the company. It's amazing. And yes, it racks up to a 5-figure account in mere months if you're just following the program, right? It's pretty simple. Now let's talk about the tech. The tech is huge. All right, tech is huge anywhere. And I hear it touted in a lot of places, but when it comes down to what it actually does for you, at EXP, it's absolutely enormous, right? So one of the biggest things for me was I said, hey, I've got a great broker where I'm at right now before I was with EXP. And if I say I need something and it's important, I get back in 3-4 hours from that broker and I get my answer. If I go to EXP and everything's cloud-based, I don't want to lose that. Well, here's the thing. I can hop onto EXP World, get into my broker's room, and literally get in front of that broker with a voice-to-voice conversation in 45 seconds. I've probably gone in there 25, 30 times since I've been with EXP, and I would say every single time but one that I remember, I've gotten in front of him in 45 seconds and got my questions answered. The other time, I sent him a message over text, and he got back to me about 30 minutes later. That was the worst service I've gotten so far, right? The worst service I got was 30 minutes, and 95% of the time, I get it literally in 45 seconds or less. You tell me that's not amazing technology and amazing service, right? That's pretty daggone cool. Next, when you have problems with your paychecks, when you're not understanding them, the numbers aren't racking up, like they're not making sense, Right now, you got to go find the person in accounting. Good luck. That could be a day or two. A lot of times they're not going to talk to you depending on the brokerage you're in, so you got to email them, right? And they're also dealing with a lot of their agents. So it's really challenging to get their attention and get your problem fixed. But that's your money. You want the answer now. It's awesome because at EXP, you can get in front of them through EXP World. Again, online in a cloud-based system. 45 seconds or less. It's incredible. They're going to do a screen share. They're going to walk through exactly how they did the math. If they're wrong, they're going to fix it. If you're wrong, they're going to educate you. Either way, you're going to walk with either a correct check or you're going to be more educated. But it's instant. It's so fast. If you're a new agent, we've got agent onboarding. So you've got people whose job is literally to help your experience onboarding and make it easier and better and more efficient for you, right? How amazing is that? And again, 45 seconds or less. So that's some pretty cool tech. Now let's talk about training because that's some big technology too, right? If you go somewhere else, every broker, every team leader is going to say, I'm the best trainer. I'm going to offer you so much. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be engaging. It's going to be hands-on. And a lot of times it just doesn't add up, right? Once you've been there for a month, 2 months, 6 months, things start to kind of falter a little bit and they just aren't giving you the same level of training that they gave in the beginning, or at least that they said they would give before you came. At EXP, they're offering 40 plus hours a week just online in EXP World, okay? If you're a rookie, they've got rookie training. If you've been in for 2 to 5 years, they've got mid-level training. If you're a top producer, they've got training for absolute experts in the industry. It's pretty amazing, right? If you come with me, we've got some added training. You've got my trainings every Tuesday and Thursday, right? And it's all through Zoom. And all of it's recorded. So if you miss any of it, all you've got to do is go look in the library and you can see all of the training we've ever done. Also, I'm aligned with Alex Haig. So if you're under me, you get access to not only my training, not EXP's training, but also Alex Haig's training. Every single Monday through Friday, he's got an 8 to 9 o'clock a.m. role-playing session. It's awesome. He's going to have you in there. He's going to give you some great tips on how to improve a little bit every day. And then you're going to do a breakout session where you and another agent go, and one of you is going to be the buyer or the seller, and the other one's going to be the agent. And you're just going to walk through these conversations, and getting those reps makes you so much better. And not only are you getting the reps, but you're getting them first thing in the morning. So now your whole day is going to be better because you've gotten in that training, right? So it's just phenomenal. Who you align with is just as important as the brokerage you align with, right? And that brings me to my next thing. When you come to EXP, the fact that we've got revenue share makes it so much better. If I go to another brokerage because Bob the agent says, hey, come on over, or maybe Sandy the broker says, hey, come on over, and I get there, once I'm in, what incentive do Bob or Sally really have to give me all their time and effort and training, right? They need to go recruit more people, especially if they're the broker. So a lot of times you're going to see that it's a big promises up front, not a lot of follow through on the end. At EXP, you get revenue share. So I'm only successful on the revenue share if you're closing deals. I want to see you succeed. I need to see you succeed. So for me, that training is absolutely critical. It's a must. Aligning myself with someone like Alex, who is also offering the training that is an opportunity for my folks, that's a big plus. Knowing that EXP is consistent with their training is a plus. Oh, by the way, a lot of times you're going to go to a brokerage and the training is as good as the trainer there. If you go to a phenomenal place with a phenomenal trainer, you might get phenomenal training as long as that person stays there. But if you go to a weaker brokerage within the area, the training is not going to be that great, right? At EXP, the folks who give the training are the people who've made icon status. These are people who are all doing a minimum of 30 deals a year. These people know how to get it done. These are productive realtors. Those are the folks that are giving this training, right? So you're only going to get the best of the best training when you're at EXP. Man, this is so many good things. Now I'm going to whip through these things, and I'm not going to give you a ton of details, but I want you to know that there's more than what I just said. We have health insurance. So you can come in, you can different health insurance options, whether you're single or whether you've got a family. They're going to give you some phenomenal options to look at for your health insurance. And yeah, they've got a website, they've got lead generation, they've got a CRM, KV Core, right? One of the best in the industry. Yeah, you're going to get business cards, you got branding, you got marketing, you got all that great stuff that a lot of other big brokerages are offering. But all that stuff I mentioned in the beginning is just added bonuses, right? So now I want to go over 3 big issues that commonly pop up when we start talking about EXP, right? The first one is, cool, I love it, but I'm going to wait until January 1st, or I'm going to wait until the beginning of the next quarter, whatever it is, right? I sat down with a top producing agent who was doing about 30, 40 deals a year, who's at a 100% brokerage. And we started racking up all the fees that this agent has to pay on every single deal versus what they would have made at EXP with all the stock incentives. And this isn't even looking at revenue share, right? We're assuming that this agent doesn't bring on a single EXP agent. No revenue share, just her own production. And she was losing $21,000 a year, or almost $2,000 a month, by staying at the 100% brokerage. So when you do the math, right, $2,000, that's almost it's actually over $500 a week. Every week she waited, she's losing $500 by staying at the 100% brokerage. And I said, listen, let's just crunch the math and see what it adds up to. That decision is really pushing her to make that decision a lot faster, right? Because who wants to lose $500 a week? The second big issue is loyalty. I really love my broker. I really love my team. I really love whoever it is I'm associated with at this brokerage. And I get it. We all have great friendships. We all have great relationships. And a lot of them, they feel like family. It makes sense. I've had those same relationships, but when it comes down to it, I'm running a business. All right. You're going to have those friendships no matter where you go, assuming they're great relationships and they're great friendships, right? My duty is to my family. My duty is to myself, and my duty is to my future. That's where I want to absolutely crush it. That's where I want my focus to be. This isn't a charity. This is me building the biggest, best, most productive, most efficient business. And it's my duty to myself and my family to look into the numbers, to look into the opportunities that are offered, and constantly select the best option for me in my future, right? So for me, I fully understand loyalty, but if you came to EXP, I'd want you to be as loyal to us as was helpful to you in your business. If we're not the best option, why would I ask you to continue on with us? I'd want you to go on and do your own thing, right? I expect that if you've got that great of a relationship with your broker or whoever it is you're working with, and there's a better model, a model that's going to make you more money, train you better, give you better opportunities, put you in front of more leads, give you better technology, I would think they would want you to at least look it up and look into it, right? That makes sense. And then an MLM. I hear that all the time. I just heard it yesterday. Joe, it's an MLM. Awesome. What does that mean to you? If you hear MLM and you think, a lot of people think it's all fake, it's not real. I can show you the stocks that I've got from an MLM in 7 months, and you tell me that's not real. I can show you my buddy Alex, who's been here 2 years, and he's got 6 figures in stock, well into the 6 figures. I'm telling you, it's real. And what MLM means to me in real estate is that you're taking that broker who's funding their retirement, and you're taking a little bit of what they're taking off of every agent, and you're putting it into your retirement. That's what it means. That's the difference. It's the same company when you're looking at how the pay goes and everything else as a lot of other companies. The big difference is they're taking some of that portion going to the company, and they're just rerouting it to your bank account. You tell me that's not great. I'd love to hear all those numbers crunch out for you. Guys, if you have any more questions, if you're interested, whatever, just let me know. If you guys know me, you have any relationship with me, you know that I'm not a pushy salesman at all. If you want to come to EXP, we'd love to have you. We love aligning with great people, people who are really excited about their businesses, they're passionate about their customers and the customer experience that they give. And if that's you, we'd love to talk to you. You guys have a phenomenal day.